Rewrite your destiny. What if everything you believe about yourself is wrong? Not completely wrong, but incomplete. What if the person you think you are is just a version that was built for you? A version shaped by your past, by your environment, by your failures, by the words people told you when you were too young to question them. This is who you are. This is your limit. This is how far you can go. And without realizing it, you accepted it. You adapted. You shrank. You became predictable, not because you were weak, but because you were programmed. This series is not about motivation. It's not about feeling good. It's not about temporary energy that disappears tomorrow. This is about transformation. Real transformation. The kind that forces you to look at yourself without filters, without excuses, without lies. Because the truth is simple. You are living inside patterns. The same thoughts, the same habits, the same decisions repeating every day. And those patterns are writing your life automatically. That's why nothing changes. Not because you can't change, but because you haven't rewritten the code. In this series, you will, step by step, season by season. You will first understand how you were programmed, why you think the way you do, why you hesitate, why you doubt yourself, even when you know you're capable of more. Then you will face the hardest part, breaking it. Breaking the patterns, breaking the identity, breaking the version of you that no longer serves you. It won't be easy, because your mind will resist, your habits will fight back, your comfort will try to pull you in. But that's the point, because on the other side of that resistance, you rebuild stronger habits, stronger mindset, stronger identity. Not the version of you that reacts to life, but the one that creates it. And finally, you step into something most people never reach: control. Control over your actions, control over your thoughts, control over your direction in life. At that point, you are no longer repeating your past, you are designing your future. This is not a series you just watch. This is a series you go through. Because if you follow it, if you apply it, you will not be the same person at the end. So the only question is, are you ready to stop living by default and start rewriting who you become? This is Rewrite Your Destiny. You were programmed. You think your life is your choice, but look closer. The way you think, the way you react, the limits you believe in, most of it was installed in you before you were even aware. Your environment shaped you, your past defined you, your failures convinced you, and slowly, without realizing it, you became a program, a pattern. Wake up, repeat, doubt, delay. You tell yourself, that's just who I am. No, that's who you were trained to be. And here's the dangerous part. If you don't question your programming, you will live your entire life on autopilot. Same habits, same excuses, same results. Nothing changes. But today, something shifts, because now you see it. And once you see the code, you can rewrite it. The voice in your head. There is a voice inside your head. You hear it every day. When you want to try something new, it whispers, "You're not ready." When you want to push harder, it says, "Rest, you've done enough." When you dream bigger, it laughs, "That's not for you." And you believe it. But what if I told you that voice is not you? It's a collection of fears, past failures, other people's opinions. It's the echo of everything that tried to limit you. And every time you listen to it, you give it power. But here's the truth. You don't have to silence it. You just have to stop obeying it. Because the moment you act despite that voice, you break its control. And that is where freedom begins. Your identity is a choice. You say, "This is just who I am." But who decided that? At some point, you experienced something. Maybe you failed, maybe you were rejected, maybe you were ignored. And in that moment, you created a label. I'm not confident. I'm not strong. I'm not disciplined. And you carried it like a truth, but it was never a truth. It was a decision, an unconscious one. Because identity is not something you discover, it's something you build. Every action you take is a vote for the person you become. Every time you quit, you vote for weakness. Every time you push, you vote for strength. So the question is not, who are you? The question is, who are you choosing to become today? Break the pattern. Look at your life. Really, look at it. The same problems keep showing up, don't they? Different situations, but the same outcomes. That's not coincidence. That's a pattern. And patterns don't break by thinking. They break by action. If you always wake up late, wake up early. If you always avoid discomfort, face it. If you always quit, stay. It will feel wrong, unnatural, uncomfortable. Good. That's how you know you're breaking the cycle. Because change doesn't feel like improvement at first. It feels like resistance. Push through it. On the other side of that resistance is a new version of you. Rewrite the code. Now you understand something most people never do. You are not fixed. You are not stuck. You are not your past. You are code. And code can be rewritten. But not by wishing, not by waiting, not by thinking, by doing. Daily. Relentlessly. You don't need a perfect plan. You need a new standard, a new rule. I do what must be done, no matter how I feel. Repeat it, live it, become it. Because the moment your actions change, your identity follows. And when your identity changes, your entire life rewrites itself. The transformation. Breaking your old self and building a new one through action. Burn the old you. You cannot become someone new while holding on to who you used to be. That's the truth most people avoid. They want change, but they also want comfort. They want growth, but they refuse to let go. It doesn't work like that. Transformation is not an upgrade, it's a destruction. The habits you have right now, the mindset you repeat every day, the excuses you keep justifying, they are not part of your future. They are anchors. And you have two choices: carry them and stay the same, or burn them and evolve. But understand this, letting go will feel like losing yourself, because you've been that version of you for so long, the lazy version, the distracted version, the one that says, tomorrow. It feels familiar, it feels safe, but it's also the reason you're stuck. So today, you make a decision, not to improve that version, but to end it. No negotiation, no second chances. You don't try to change. You become someone who does not go back. Because the moment you burn the old you create space for something stronger to rise. Discipline is your new identity. You've been waiting to feel ready, waiting for motivation, waiting for the right mood, waiting for the perfect moment. That's why nothing changed. Because the people who transform their lives don't wait to feel ready. They become disciplined. Discipline is not something you do sometimes. It's who you are. It's waking up when you don't want to. It's working when you're tired. It's continuing when your mind is telling you to stop. And at first, it feels forced, unnatural, like you're fighting yourself every second. Because you are. You are fighting the old programming, the part of you that wants comfort, the part of you that avoids effort, the part of you that settles. But every time you act with discipline, you weaken that version and you strengthen a new one. A version that doesn't negotiate, a version that executes, a version that becomes dangerous because it's consistent. One day, something shifts. You don't think about it anymore, you just do it. That's when discipline is no longer an effort, it's your identity. And once it becomes your identity, everything changes. Build yourself in silence. Stop announcing your goals. Stop telling people what you're about to do, because every time you speak, you release energy. And instead of using that energy to build, you waste it trying to be seen. Real transformation happens in silence. No applause, no validation, no attention. Just you and the work. Early mornings when no one is watching. Late nights when everyone is sleeping. Moments where quitting would be easy, but you continue anyway. That's where you're built, not in public, but in private. Because when you move in silence, you remove pressure. You remove comparison. You remove the need to prove anything. And you focus on the only thing that matters: progress. Let people doubt you. Let them misunderstand you. Let them underestimate you. Because one day, your results will speak in a language they cannot ignore. And by then, you won't need to explain anything. Suffer with purpose. You cannot escape suffering. It's part of life. But you can choose your suffering. Right now, you are already suffering. From procrastination, from lack of progress, from knowing you could do more, but not doing it. That's a slow, silent pain, the kind that builds regret. Or you can choose a different pain, the pain of discipline, the pain of effort, the pain of pushing beyond your limits. That pain is sharp, immediate, but it builds strength. Most people choose comfort, not realizing they are choosing a deeper suffering later. But you see it now. So you choose differently. You choose the pain that builds you, the pain that forces you to grow, the pain that turns you into someone stronger. Because at the end of the day, both paths hurt, but only one leads somewhere. Become unrecognizable. There will come a moment where you look at your old life and it feels distant, like it belonged to someone else. The habits you had, the mindset you carried, the excuses you believed, they no longer fit you. Not because they disappeared overnight, but because you replaced them. Day by day, action by action, you became someone else. Stronger, sharper, more focused. And the people around you will notice. Some will be inspired, some will be confused. Some will feel uncomfortable because your growth reminds them of their limits. That's part of the process. Not everyone is meant to understand your transformation, because not everyone is willing to go through it. But you didn't do this for them. You did this for you, to break the cycle, to rewrite your identity, to take control. And now, you are no longer the person you used to be. You are someone new. Someone built not by chance, but by choice.